Hello again. I was actually coming back from my tennis session and I've got MMA training in a bit as well. But on my way, I was actually thinking how my gym training plan or sessions have changed over the course of the last few years. It usually used to be gym focused, lifting heavy, tracking the progress, which was great and which served its purpose. But now it's more about trying new things, playing tennis or learning boxing or MMA and all those kind of things. And I just thought I'll share my experience in terms of why I'm doing it and how it's actually helpful in, shaping my holistic fitness and my functional fitness and also my mental health, side of things as well. So yeah, I just wanted to share that experience with you. So maybe you felt the same thing, but I used to, or I've been feeling this for, last maybe year or so, but where my gym routine was becoming monotonous and it was always the same, although I varied it and, had different exercises and everything. But it essentially was just gym. And for me, it was not hitting, the core elements of moving, active, sports and all those kind of things, and which got me thinking, and which is why I actually jumped into learning new things. And it and jumping into new things always feels difficult, as you would know as well, and it did for me. And I was actually very scared to, join something like an MMA class, which I actually like, but it was more getting into that new routine, getting going into the new setup and actually getting punched in your face, which is never great. But that made me wonder why I should be choosing it despite my fear. um, and I've got to tell you, it has it's been absolutely game changing for me, for my mental health and for my physical health as well. But I'm sure you face similar sort of situations where you're like, should I actually take that up? Is it worth it? But that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm telling you it's worth it. So why actually bother at all? It's not just about, trying new things or just trying it for the sake of it. It's actually, as I said, more about, getting that discipline and learning new skills as you go along in your life. And yes, gym. I love lifting. So that's never going to die down. But adding more skills and more functional movements to your daily life, it can't harm you at all, to be honest. Also, it's so easy to actually stick to your comfort zone, which feels great, because there's a familiarity to it. You know where and how to move around, how to navigate that path. But I feel, and I've realized this over the course of last few months, that you've got to push yourself, at least to widen your horizon a little bit. Um, Again, it doesn't feel great. It is always scary. It is always, you doubt yourself. You're not that confident. But if you really think there are, some things that will add value, just try it out. The worst that can happen is you won't like it, which is fine. You go and try the next thing out. But what this process does is reignite your curiosity that you used to have as a kid. We all had that as a kid, where we just wanted to run around, try different things, try and fail, and then try something else. So I'm just trying to get into that habit again. And I'm sure again you got stuff where you think you might like it, but it's more the hindrances and all the hassles that sometimes life happens and you put it on the back burner. But uh, as I've realized, as and when you get a chance, do dive in, make time for it. It's not only great for your physical, development, but also your mental health and your mental side of things as well. The hardest thing for me is actually going back to that beginner mindset, because I played cricket for a bit. I've been training for quite a few years now as well. And we've been training for cricket. We've been training for our physical health anyways. We've been playing cricket for a bit, for a long time. So those are my comfort zones, and I don't have to think twice before I do it again. But something like tennis or MMA or even Hyrox that I did attempted last year, um, it requires that beginner mindset where you've got to let go of your ego, let go of your embarrassing, thoughts, and just learn a new skill on the day, in the moment, and try to just get better at it without thinking too far ahead and actually not being caught up in your own thoughts. So that actually not only helps me learn that skill, but also translates to other areas of my life where if I'm approaching someone, if I'm approaching a meeting or a client at my work or any social setting, I've got that mindset. I've got that confidence a little bit. The confidence is boosted a little bit because I know I'm trying new things. I'm giving my best in those areas as well, so it comes through naturally. I don't even have to fake it. It comes out naturally, and I think that's the biggest advantage of trying out new things, getting involved, and just seeing how it goes. There's also a physical benefit to doing or trying new things. Every sport, every movement, every new skill is different and unique in its own right. So cricket is a specific set of movements. You play it in a specific way. It's completely different to tennis. It's completely different to boxing. It's completely different to high rocks, for example. And when you try and attempt a few other things, you actually push your body to move in different ways. So if I'm playing cricket, there's an element of change of direction, for example. But tennis has, it has more of that. It's got, explosive power, endurance, speed. Boxing or MMA is a whole new beast, or a whole different beast. You got to move functionally, you got to be agile, you got to be powerful, you got to be fast, you got to be mobile as well. So I've had multiple sessions during my MMA classes and training, especially now that I'm a beginner, where I'm getting absolutely smashed by everyone, because you're learning a new skill, you're sparring, you're getting punched, you're getting kicked, you feel like you feel terrible, to be honest, because you can't do much, you can't defend because you don't have the technique and all those kind of things. But it is very easy to be put off by that and not show up the next week or next class, and that's what I'm trying to overcome. And I get the same feelings where it's like, what's the point, if it's going to take that long, if I'm going to go and embarrass myself. But the important thing is to just show up, because that's where actually you're learning the new skill. You're learning, how to defend yourself, how to actually move if someone's trying to hit you, and that's where the growth actually happens. But you need to be there for that growth to happen. So you can't just think about it, getting stronger, getting better at boxing, for example. You have to practice and put in the hours, and that's how I motivate myself. And to be honest, even if it's not motivation, sometimes I actually don't care. I if I if I know there's a plan, and there's a planned class, I just have to drag myself to that class. And again, it feels terrible. It feels unnatural. But once I'm there, once I'm warming up, once I'm into the flow of things, it feels much better.
So I know what you're thinking. All the theory makes sense, and we know all the benefits, and when the benefits will come around. But where should we start? My advice would be to start local, start small. Look for a gym in your area that might be offering some MMA classes, for example, or maybe it's doing a Hyrox training sessions, etc. If not, find a local sports club. It could be tennis, football, cricket, whatever sport you like. Join that club, or just join a run club if that's more convenient. Point being, look for something outside or in your area. If not, use your balcony, use your space in the house to do some calisthenics, maybe some shadow boxing and stuff like that. Um, Again, the point being to move your body in a way that you've not done before. Um, but I'm sure you'll find something in your area, because that's how, you know, these things work. It's just about sticking to it, exploring, searching for a little bit, trying to be consistent, and just find something that you would like, and you can be consistent with it for a longer period of time. The other thing I want to say is it's easy to quit initially, because I had that feeling as well. But I would really strongly encourage you to just keep pushing yourself, even if there's no motivation. So I don't have any motivation, on most of the days, but I do push myself, just drag myself to the gym or to an MMA class, for example. But once you're there, you'll actually enjoy it more. So just find something local, start small, and then slowly and steadily over a period of 6 months, 12 months, you'll start to see some massive changes in your life. Cool. So I'll see you in the next video, but until then, try and find something new, try something out, and keep pushing yourself. And let us know in the comments as well if you're looking for something new, or if you're trying out something new that you've never done before. And yeah, just share it with us as well.